We're live.
It's Friday. Ed, do you know what today is?
It's Friday.
God, I fucking hate you.
It's for Friday.
Do you know what episode it is?
It's episode 100.
Okay, you've already run it. You've already run that guy.
Nah, it's the big 100. The 100.
Sin.
Yeah, the big 100. All right. I'm about to push my microphone. Get all excited. My microphone now.
Damn.
All right.
Dude, we've been doing 100 episodes. 1 year. It's crazy.
Not
just
even
about.
a year yet. Almost.
Fucking almost.
One more week, big dog. One more week. Okay, we're streaming on everything. Let me share the podcast. Let me share that podcast while you just sit there and
don't say
anything.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some accomplishments that we've had in that year. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah? We should have done a year in review. Oh, maybe we do that
we
next
can.
podcast.
We still can.
No, we're doing the next podcast.
God, shut up.
We're doing the next podcast.
Okay, well, I won't run the year in review then. We'll wait and do it next podcast, like I suggested.
Next podcast.
Okay. Hopefully it'll just be me by next podcast. We're going to fire you. Your contract's up.
God, shut the fuck up. All right, let me post that. Let me tweet that out, bruh. Let me tweet this out, bruh. Let me tweet this out. Let me
We're a little early
it
today.
out.
Oh, well. I guess we don't have a set schedule anymore. You know what?
No, not really.
Let's do it. Who cares? We'll go at 12 next time if we want to.
Yeah,
We just will. We just will.
Yeah, sure. Right?
We'll just do it. We'll just do it while you're at work.
Yeah, no. No.
That would be something. If you're like, you're in the middle of the podcast and your boss is like, Ed, we need to see you in our office. We're gonna need you to give us your badge and here's a box for all your things.
Mm-mm.
We're gonna have security quietly escort you out of the building.
All right. Facebook.
Or they'll probably just make you watch another video, another onboarding video.
What?
Sexual harassment video.
Fuck! Shut the fuck up.
Sexual harassment video.
You stupid shit.
Doing a podcast in the workplace video.
Stupid. Straight stupid. Straight stupid, Grant. Let me share that.
I've been called worse.
Let me share that. Let me share that, Grant.
I've been called worse, and I know you've been called worse being in boot camp. What's the worst thing you've ever been? What's the worst thing you can remember being called in boot camp that was funny that you almost laughed at?
Oh, so I was squad leader, right?
Uh-huh.
They made me squad leader just because I was tall. Also, like before boot camp, I had high 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐸 scores and all that stuff. So they made me squad leader, and I was also the tallest in my platoon, so I couldn't hide like the rest of the guys could. They could hide behind like in the when we're in formation and stuff. They could hide, not get picked on. I got picked on all the time because I was the tallest. I remember this drill instructor. He was like, "Recruit Phillips, you stupid motherfucker, you fucking retard, get the fuck over here right now." And I was like, damn, what did I do? I didn't know what I did. He was like, he pointed to another recruit. He was like, "Is this recruit part of your squad?" I was like, "Yes, sir. This recruit's part of this recruit squad, sir." And then he was like, "Well, your recruit got caught like sneaking food from the cafeteria or some shit, or from the chow hall."
Yeah.
And he ate it like at night, but they found, because listen, drill instructors, they can look and find crumbs and shit like underneath the racks. That's how they find a lot of things. And he started to call the other guy a fucking retard and shit like that. And then I ended up getting on the quarterdeck with that recruit, and I spent like 2 hours on the quarterdeck getting slaughtered. That's where they haze. They don't haze you, but they make you do a bunch of like burpees, and they just slay you.
Like what, like as a squad leader, like what are you capable to do to your, like, or what is like your limitations of what you do to your squad leaders, like
in boot
like obviously.
camp?
Yeah, like,
well, you don't.
Like, I guess what do they want you to do? Like what is it that they want?
Make sure they're squared away. Like have their racks, straighten out, and as soon as Like it's pretty much like you're pretty much a maintainer.
Gotcha.
Like you maintain your squad, so you got to make
Gotcha.
sure they're up. Racks are good.
Well, I mean, do they know that you're the leader? Like,
Yeah.
listen to this man. Like, you better listen to this man.
Yeah,
type deal?
because in your squad you have 4 squad leaders usually.
Mhm.
All right, and then you have a guide, which is your platoon leader, pretty much.
He's over all y'all.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
then I was guide also towards the end of boot camp.
Uh-huh.
That's how I got meritorious promoted.
Oh, cool.
But so anyway, when I was a squad leader, they have you're at the end of a formation, right? You're like the leader, and so your squad leader, you're pretty much they're going to you for everything, for everyone in your squad. So you can't hide, you can't like fucking try to.
So it's one of those their mistakes are your mistakes, regardless of
everything.
what you did.
Everything is your mistake. Everything is your mistake, and every time you want to be on the fucking quarter deck getting slaughtered. There's a kid that tried to sneak tobacco, like smokeless tobacco, and a highlighter.
Oh damn!
Like he got his girlfriend or whatever to stuff highlighters, taking out the thing and stuffing tobacco in the highlighters, and she put it back in a box, sealed it, and shipped it to him.
Oh damn! Did they find it?
The fucking drone structures found it. Because they know the tricks. They know the tricks. They've seen it before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's kind of like the cartel trying to
when you got a new recruit, they think, oh, no one done this before.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of like the cartel trying to hide cocaine in like the barrels of or whatever.
Yeah, like they're the first ones that done it. Yeah. You know, and I already told you about the time my sister.
Oh yeah.
Sent me the package full of candy with Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps.
Oh yeah.
Ed Phillips.
Oh my God.
Got fucked up after that.
And she knew because she's in the military.
And the drill instructors knew too. Yeah. They knew. They just liked. But
I'm saying she's in the military, so she knew that's what was going to happen.
She was already in the military. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Prepared Artist?
Oh, what's up, dude? Thank you for joining. All right, Prepared Artist, man, we got a review today. Got that Clair Obscur review. Don't worry, we don't have spoilers late into the story. There'll be spoilers. We'll announce the spoilers. There's gonna be spoilers up to a point, but Grant's already played it and got to that point.
They got my boy, man.
But I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna not say like a lot of the other things. All right. So Grant, you ready for those trailers?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get those trailers going, buddy. Let's get those trailers going, Grant. Grant, you want to see some trailers?
Oh God, shut up and just play the trailers.
You want to see some trailers, Grant? All right, let me post that. All right, got us on Facebook. Bam. All right, YouTube. Let's go to YouTube and go to downloads. And God, let me go back to YouTube after seeing your fucking face.
We guys got 15 more followers just off my face.
All right, let me go to here we go. All right, this is going to be Wuchang again. We already played a trailer last week, but it's going to be the official trailer. That's what it says. It says official trailer, Grant. It's official, Grant. Well, don't fucking sigh at me, bitch. Who the fuck you think you are?
As long as it's not another first-person shooter trailer, we're good.
Here, let's do this real quick. Oh yeah, so much better, man. This is like, yeah. I mean, we just need to do the podcast like this. Just have you grayed out. Yeah, I can't hear you. I see you talking in that little grayed out video. Huh? What are you saying, Grant? Can't say anything. No one can hear you. Oh, too bad. Let's bring you back in.
We just lost a bunch of subscribers. Oh, we got them back. We got them back.
God brought you back. We went from 10 to 9 viewers. All right. So let's get this going.
You never know you are a monster until someone comes to slay you. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity. I should know. It runs in my blood.
Who dares to question my will, standing in the way of my redemption?
Man, that's like a good game, dude.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I got a feeling it's gonna be good. All right, let's
Wuchang,
keep going.
Fallen Feathers.
What'd you say?
It says Fallen Feathers.
Okay, I'm glad you can read.
I can.
Good job.
See,
Graham.
I can read at a second grade level. I told you.
You remember that? You remember this game, right? We showed a trailer. It was like a time lapse. Or
Yeah.
Expanding and running a mobile base in the altars won't be possible without mining minerals from beneath the planet's surface. And to find and extract these vital resources, you must
like a new
venture
trailer.
beyond the walls of your safe haven. Of course, mining outposts are the only infrastructure elements that can be built outside. As you gain access to more advanced technology, you'll be able to set up structures that enable you to farm food or fast travel. But before that, you have to neutralize the dangers that lie ahead. The planet you're stranded on is filled with external threats. Yet as you traverse its surface, you will notice something even more ominous. Strange, mysteriously shaped distortions that differ in both appearance and the risk they pose to a human being. These anomalies emit dangerous radiation, distorting time and space around an unsuspecting explorer. So be sure to approach them with caution. Luckily, you're not completely helpless against these threats. Upgrading the base and researching new technologies can help develop more efficient methods of protection from anomalies or even ways to destroy them. Exploring the alien planet in the altars is an immersive and fascinating experience. But watch out. As you take in the epic landscapes and hostile surroundings, don't forget to look down from time to time. The planet's surface holds many secrets, some of which might considerably push the story forward. If you want to know more about the upcoming game from 11-Bit Studios, check out other episodes in the series.
June 13th.
So this game here is so weird that I'm so intrigued by this game.
Yeah, I know. Gameplay is odd, but then you have a base building mechanics. Then you have the the dimension or whatever it is, alternate dimension thing too.
Then you could like create different people of yourself, and they all have like different emotions. Like it's weird.
Yeah, it is crazy. All right, so that's Altars coming June 13th on everything from the looks of it. Grant, ready for the next trailer, buddy?
Yep.
All right, let's do this one. I saw this trailer. The next game we're about to play,
Nobody cares. Just show the trailer.
Oh God.
Bharat, the land of ancient India.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen the movie Triple R?
No.
The Indian like Bollywood thing.
No, I seen Triple X, the one with Vin Diesel.
Shut up. You got to watch Triple R, dude. Like
Okay.
it's so over the top. It's hilarious.
Is this is it like the Indian Batman?
It's like you take Bad Boys Indian version, mix it with like.
There's an
Marvel.
Indian Bad Boys.
Yeah, I mean that's what they are, dude.
What? You had me at that.
Yeah, Bad Boys movie and like some Marvel shit.
Dude, I could not imagine an Indian
mythology mixed in there.
I
Dude,
definitely want to see it.
It is fucking out there. But this would remind me of it as soon as I saw the characters. Anyway, go ahead.
A blessed land of noble heroes and glittering cities. But where heroes rule, villains will attack. Where wealth is plentiful, plunderers will pillage. The time has come to fight these invaders. The time has come to fight these monsters.
That looks more like me.
The time has come to fight the demons. The time has come to fight those who oppress the forest tribes. The time has come to declare war. It's time for you to join the army of heroes. Fight the monsters! Stand with your people! Play the Age of Bhaarat! Protect the weak! Punish the wicked! Bharat Mata Ki Jai!
What is it called? Okay. The Age of Bhaarat.
Bhaarat. It's Bhaarat. It's Bhaarat, Grant. The prepared artist said dance battle. I was thinking that too. I wonder if they're going to have like a dance song.
So it's basically like it's like Middle Eastern God of War. That's what it feels like.
More Indian. What are you talking about?
What did I just say?
Indian.
Is that not in the Middle East?
No. That's
then
Asia.
Where's it at?
That's Asia, you dumb fuck. You want me to teach you
You're
geography?
you're fucking technical. You're fucking being
stupid shit.
Fucking Encyclopedia Brown
Asia,
over here.
You dumb fuck.
Say what now?
It's Bharat. It's Bharat.
It's where? It's located where?
In India.
I hate you. Just fucking go to the...
Oh, were you about to Google it?
No.
Where's India located on the map, Grant? Please tell us.
It's over there by the Philippines.
Oh, there you go. North of the Philippines. There you go, buddy.
You see? Fucking...
No, look at you. Fucking
Christopher Columbus over here.
All right. But yeah, dude. So this is like India's Wuchang.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Pretty much. And from what I mean, it looks like it. All right.
I was trying to think of an Indian Wukong name, but I can't.
Bharat. You're fucking dumb.
I quit this podcast. I'm done. I'm finished.
All right. So tell us, Grant. All right. So India's in the Middle East, right? Okay. Hey, everyone. hey, guess what, everybody?
Nobody's listening to you. They quit. They're already muted.
Guess what? India's in the Middle East.
You know what? You're in the Middle East.
Oh, fuck. I was in the Middle East, actually.
You were in the Middle East.
I was.
Fucking
Quite
beating
a
off.
few times.
Fucking jerking
A lot
your
of
dick.
times I went to the Middle East.
Fucking jacking off in the fucking trailer.
All right, so that is the Age of Bhaarat. It doesn't have a release date, but it's looking like it's on PC only currently. Okay. Steam.
And Xbox, which also means PlayStation.
It's not on Xbox. So what are you talking about?
And next.
All right, next. India's in the Middle East.
I didn't say that. Fuck said that. What's up?
What use is a vault hunter? What use is a killer? Of brutes.
A rule-breaking, loot-taking, running and gunning natural disaster. You are, in a word, mayhem. I take that personally.
I do not care about this.
Be advised, a citywide curfew has been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
You know,
Don't care.
I do. I'm intrigued, but it's only if they can get a better story and not like fucking throw all that new age slop in our face in the dialogue. The last
We already
game.
saw the haircut. I already saw the hairstyle.
Yeah, I know.
Here's the thing: is
I want to give him a chance. I want to give.
I do not. I'm so
Gearbox
tired of.
a chance
I am
here.
so tired of first person shooters. The only one I want to play next is Doom Dark Ages. That's it. That's it. I don't want. I'm tired. I'm just right now. It's just first person fatigue. Like, why does everything have to be first person? Like, just
because it's a popular genre.
Well, you know what? How about stop doing it because it sucks. Because everybody's overdoing it and it's killing the genre. First person shooter should be held to certain games.
I'm going to give this a chance. I'm going to give it a chance. I'll give it a chance.
You're giving it a chance.
That's what I just said.
I've already
what I just said, Grant.
I've already disowned it.
Okay, no one gives a fuck.
I already spit on its grave.
No one cares.
You dare enter Borderland? In this world, all dance to my command. Your powers will not work here. How about something more fitting? Tickets are free, but there's no getting off this ride. Is that all you got? I know your secrets. Will you let your darker traits consume you? Oh, you've learned some new tricks. I am the master of this realm, and my menagerie holds many surprises. But beware, unlike your very selves, the ovation will surely be standing. Malevolent spectacle awaits.
Have you played Sea of Stars yet?
I have not.
It's pretty good.
Is it good?
Yeah, it kind of throws you back to those Chrono Trigger days. Music's great too. But yeah, this is the DLC Throes of the Watchmaker. All right. You got anything else to add to that?
I thought it said Witchmaker.
No, I haven't played the game. The Watchmaker. The Witchmaker?
That's what I thought
You
it
can't
said.
read?
I can't. I read
So you
at the
can't
first grade
read,
level.
you don't know geography.
I don't. I don't know how I made it through high school and college. Have no idea.
Yeah. So this looks good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I like the way this looks. I
Everybody
the
looks
old
good.
school. Yeah. You're just not interested. You're like, whatever. After playing Clair Obscur, you're just like,
No
oh,
other game matters.
trash.
Everything
this
else is
trash
garbage.
they're
That's how
coming
you
out
feel.
with. I do. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what game's gonna top it, dude. I don't know.
The only one I think that can come close would be Tides of Annihilation.
Yeah, but we don't know if we want to get it this year.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's not going to be Grand Theft Auto 6, which we'll talk about in the podcast.
Yeah. All right. So that's all the trailers. We're about to start the actual podcast. And I don't know. Go from there.
God. All right. Give me that intro. Give me that intro. Drop.
Worthless fucking co-host.
Drop my beat, son.
Prepared artist, man. Hey, start getting prepped.
Drop my beat. Shut up. Drop my beat.
We're about to have a replacement here. All right. All right. So let's we'll get to the podcast and then we're gonna go into gaming news and all that stuff. So let's do that.
Yeah, you put your fucking nicotine in. Let's go.
Let's go, Grant.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rolling here with the DMG Gaming Podcast, and as always, I am joined by Edward Verso Phillips.
Oh,
what up, my boy?
Man, look at that introduction. I'll take that. Grant. Thank you. Thank you very much. Best introduction ever.
And I'm lying.
Best introduction ever. And we're going to talk about that too. We're going to call some people out. Well, actually, we might not call anybody out, but I'm going to call basically a generalized group of people out that think they played the game before.
Oh yes,
when
true.
They don't realize something in the story.
Well, here's the thing: until I got to a point, I would have thought
the main character that you think is the main character. So you talk like you played the game, but you really haven't fucking played the game because that's not the main character.
Here's the thing: is a couple of days ago, I was in that same count.
Yeah, you were. A lot of people were. But you can see when people talk about the game and they talk about Gustav a lot and stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing: is let's just talk about that real quick. I kind of pieced it together during the podcast. Like I swear to God, because I saw your video and then Prepared Artist said you're about to get a gut punch. I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna kill. He's dying, isn't he? I was like, oh God.
Yeah. So spoilers ahead for a review. We'll let you know when we start it though. There'll be There's going to be I'm only going to spoil up to a point, and then I'm going to just generalize the conversation.
It's not really a spoil. I mean, it's very early. It's kind of early in the game. It's not like it's in-game stuff, you know?
Yeah, but there's going to be some things I'll talk about that I'm going to just kind of leave off the table.
Yeah, that's cool.
Stuff.
I'm going to let you go because you know me, I'll spoil it. So
like the big shift. There's a big shift later on. All right, Grant.
Let's get into that news. Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you're ready for that game of news, dude?
I'm ready. Are you sure you're ready
for that game of news? No, I said game of news.
You need to be ready to talk straight.
Need to get old Cam Baker in here. Cam Baker.
No, he's still outside. He's still living outside your house in a van down by the river.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Bookmarks. Let me share my screen. Let me know when you see that screen, Grant. Let me know when you see that screen, Grant.
Look at that picture. Oh man,
I feel bad. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I feel bad for the actress.
I know, man.
She didn't ask for it.
She gets a lot of hate,
and the writers really fucked her over.
I know, man. She doesn't deserve a lot of the hate that she's getting. The fact is, but here's the thing: is I'm more laughing at the things that the creativity of the things that people think of.
But I'm going to take dude, we had a podcast, a couple of podcasts ago, and I called it. I called it what they had to do and why they were trying to do it because they knew something like this was going to happen.
So for the people listening, it's the picture of Bella Ramsey, and her face is like real little compared to the rest of her head.
That's messed up.
That's fucked up.
But anyway, The Last of Us Season 2 cable ratings crash and burn. Boomers walk away after Joel's death.
Which shows that they made here's the thing is they made a show.
This is what happened with the game. This is the exact same fucking thing. And the showrunners knew it was going to happen, so they had to change some stuff. They had to change some stuff in the show compared to what you see in the game.
I think
try to salvage it.
This show should have been one season, and it's all should have happened in one season.
Should have just been Last of Us. Yeah.
Yeah. The season. That was it. That's it.
That's where it should have ended. That's where the game
should Or they shouldn't have made it at all, because what they've done now is now they're going to lose money from.
Dude, I'm telling you, people will die on their fucking grave thinking that the way the story of The Last of Us Part 2, they will die on their grave saying that was a good, like they nailed it. Like they should have killed Joel, and like the story continues as is. They will die on their grave saying that was great writing. No, they're trying to do a fucking Game of Thrones fucking moment to kill a major character. They really fucked the story up.
How many people
you will see why the drop and people like, oh, cool. Actually, I'm gonna go back to something. You remember how they advertised Last of Us, the game Part 2?
Oh yeah.
The Last of Us 2 was advertised a lot with Joel in the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like pushing, like it was Joel and Ellie again, right? That is what the game's going to be about. And they got people. And
little do they know, it was the very beginning of the game.
A lot of people bought this game thinking of this how it was going to be. None of The Last of Us, right? Cool, great, awesome game. They're going to continue to story Joel and Ellie. But they got them. And they got them early. And then you saw the refunds. And then you saw the abysmal completion rate for the fucking game. Yep. Well, guess what? They knew that was going to happen in the show, so they had to try to kind of turn some of the scenes around, get some other characters more prominent, because they knew that this actress could not carry the show. They knew the show could not be carried without Pedro Pascal as Joel.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. How many people you think watched this show that didn't even know this was based on a video game?
Quite a bit, I would say. Quite a bit.
Yeah. Which is weird, because that's what I'm saying. Like it should have been one season, especially. It's kind of like the writers didn't play the second game, so it's kind of like, oh shit, when they start writing season 2.
I think this is the only time I would say the showrunners should have took over the story themselves.
Yeah.
In this season.
Yeah.
I think they should have. I know they would have got a lot of shit for it, but you would still have a lot of viewers that don't know shit about the game anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm telling you, dude. Like, I'm telling you right now, the ratings would be very high right now if Joel was still alive.
Yep.
It would not be where it is right now. And they should have just took over the story. I know that's like bad to say because you want them to try to get the video games accurate as possible, right? But this is an exception, dude.
Yeah.
I know it's a hot take, and a lot of people might not agree with it, but this is an exception.
There's not going to be a season 3.
Yeah. And especially when you know the underlying what happened to the second game, like you know the reaction, though the reception, and then of course the abysmal completion rate of the games.
I feel like sometimes they just don't. Do you think they played the game? How many people do you think played the game that was in the writing team?
I think they got it. I mean, besides like all the extra shit they added, I mean, they got it pretty good.
Yeah,
right. They did a pretty good job.
Well, this doesn't make sense that they would think that this should be a 2-season thing, knowing what happens in the second game, because it's not like the second.
Oh yeah, I agree with that, but that's what their goal is, right? They're trying to tell the first and second game story, but in this case, I really think they should have changed it.
Yeah, they should have they should have freestyled it.
I ain't gonna lie, they should have changed it. But now they're kind of like, I watched the last episode Sunday, and I was like, oh, buddy. Like this is not going to go well.
No,
like it's just not interesting. The characters just are not pulling me in, and they really didn't have what's her name, Dever, the girl that plays Abby.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really have her much in that episode, and you can tell it was not good.
Like a slugfest,
not good. Yeah,
like a filler.
But we'll see. I'm going to keep watching it because I want to really see the downfall. You know what I mean? But I think if they can bring, I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to salvage it. But if they can bring that Catherine Dever girl more into just put her and maybe I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't think she's good enough. I mean, she's a great actress, but I don't think she's good enough to save the show. I don't.
Well.
I don't, Grant. I don't. Prepared Artist said the internet is savage, dude. Yeah, it is.
It is.
And that I'm right. You hear that, Grant? I'm right. I'm right, Grant.
You ain't got to lie. I mean, you can just, Oh, he just personally messaged me and said I'm lying.
We tell the truth on this podcast, and our listeners tell the truth too.
He sent me a private message and said I'm fucking lying. He's not right at all.
All right, let's keep going. Is this our book? Yeah, this is our bookmarks. Both gone.
Okay, I bookmarked this for one reason. This whole time, I swear to God, that's Jeff Grubb.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking goddamn Bam Margera. Dude, every time I saw this picture, I thought it was Bam Margera. Is that not what it looks? Is that not what he looks like now?
Yeah, he does kind of look like him.
Dude, like this whole time I did not know that was Jeff Grubb. I thought that was that's what I was saying. I was like, oh man, they got Bam Margera on the Kotaku couch.
So Jeff Grubb got what, fired?
He's fired. He's out of there.
I don't know if he just got laid off or fired. I think he got fired, right? I really don't give a shit about them.
No.
So I'm gonna move on. What the hell is this? Charlie's Angels? No, dude. You ain't. This is so accurate.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
This is so accurate. Like, this is what Charlie's Angels would look now. You definitely had Zendaya, right?
Oh yeah, and you'd have her. You'd probably replace Bella Ramsey with Ariana Grande.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, next.
Prepared artist. I thought it was Bam too. I swear to God, I thought it was.
Naughty Dog. Guess what? It will not release on May 26, 2026. So is it earlier? Is it later? We don't know.
Did they cancel it altogether?
I doubt they canceled it, but I don't know. When is it going to release now?
You've noticed. Let me just. Well, I can't really say anything about Grand Theft Auto. What I'm saying is like you've seen a lot of people start pushing ever since Clair Obscur came out. Like people have been pushing back. Have you noticed that? Like people have been pushing back stuff or delaying things. And
let's not talk too much about Clair Obscur. All right,
okay,
because we're about to lay down.
All right,
to lay it down.
But I'm just saying,
lay down, Grant.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of coincidences coming out.
Gamers, York's Torch. All right, this guy. I'm sorry. Yeah. This guy's overboard on everything.
Oh yeah, he is.
But anyway,
he's the only one I had. He was just the first one I saw that had it.
Yeah. So, all right, we got to talk about this. Well, no, we're going to save that for a Disgruntled Gamer rant, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but anyway, so as everyone's aware, our listeners, Microsoft raised their price of all the Xbox Series consoles. Xbox games confirmed to hit $80 this holiday, and they marked the Xbox Series X up by $100 and everything else, right? And the S by $100. But anyway, we're going to go into this later because we got a few things to say about this. All right, let's keep going. All right, that's good. Oh, here's some. I mean, this is really not a surprise. Polygon sold to Valve and hit with mass layoffs. Yeah, so Polygon's pretty much done.
Another one bites the dust.
I'm surprised as this happened to Polygon.
It is surprising.
Before Kotaku.
Yeah,
I thought
Kotaku.
Really well, Kotaku kind of already went through it, but they're going to get hit probably with more layoffs. But I really thought Kotaku was going to be like done. But they're still hanging around a little bit. They're hanging.
The only one I think is going to. The only ones I think are going to survive this are like your big three, like GameSpot, PC Gamer, IGN. I think everybody else is going to start getting.
Well, IGN's too big a publication.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Go anywhere, even though they suck most of the time. There's too much of a household name in gaming publications to go anywhere. But I will say some of them they got some people on their staffs that's pretty legit, dude. They just aren't in the position of, highlighting them.
I think
they got some.
I really think every publisher has that.
All right, so this is another piece of big news. Grand Theft Auto 6 is now coming May 26, 2026.
It's the Clair Obscur effect. No, I'm just playing. I don't think Clair Obscur affects this game, but well, I don't know. I mean, because if it was going to drop this year, then it might not have got Game of the Year. Oh boy, okay, maybe so. Maybe they didn't want to. Maybe they didn't want to lose. Okay.
We'll talk about it.
I didn't think about that. Interessante.
Grand Theft Auto delayed. Let's go. Oh, damn! I should have played this during the trailers.
Sorry.
All right, we'll worry about that later. This is interesting. So the Expedition 33 publisher, Kepler Interactive, they, according to the publisher of Clair Obscur, not only did Oblivion's near simultaneous release not hurt, it actually helped as it boosted excitement for the RPG genre. So guess what? I mean, you saw the numbers. Oblivion did not have any impact on this game.
Yeah.
That's how good it was. All right. And oh, dude.
Finally. It's like The Rock.
All right. So, I mean,
You know,
maybe, I don't know. This still hasn't been completely confirmed.
Stop.
What?
We put this out into the universe about a half a year ago. We talked about this.
Yeah, I talked about my take.
Well, we know
for sequel.
Well,
think they were listening to me.
Yeah, we don't care about your sequel. We're talking about the remake. But no, it was a good idea. But what I'm saying is are they going to mess this up? Probably. Is there a chance it's going to be abysmal? It's a high chance. Is Luca going to be gay? Probably so. But I'm holding out hope.
You know. Yeah, I'm very hesitant of it. If this was Squaresoft, I'd be stoked.
I need to see.
But this is Square Enix, 2 days Square Enix.
I know. I just need to see a trailer. Like, you got to show me you got to show me something.
But anyway, so 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐽 confirms Chrono Trigger remake at Comic-Con in Naples. He basically hinted at it. I'm not going to even worry about showing this, but he hinted at it by accidentally kind of talking about it, confirming it. Then he told everyone you've heard nothing. So he kind of hinted at it and then realized what he did.
You know what's going to suck? Is if he meant to say Chrono Cross. I'm like, no.
I'd be done.
I'd be done. Furious.
Nah, we already had all that. We already had all that talk. We already had all that talk, Grant. All right, Grant. You know what it's time for?
Gather round, kids, for another gaming review.
You know what it's time for, Grant?
You need to have like a gaming review music.
I should.
Like a theme song.
I should have an introduction.
We'd have to do like an 80s action, like an 80s montage, like a training montage theme song for you.
Kind of like Rocky?
Yeah. Well, kind of like Rocky 4 where he's running up the mountain, like kind of like that one. Like
all right. Okay, so this is the DMG Gaming Podcast official review of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Let me pull up some images real quick, Grant. And
I will say this. I know your score's not a surprise to me, but I want you to just proceed. I know what you're going to say. I can just bet my life on it.
But what? What am I going to say, Grant? You know the future, Grant?
I do know the future.
You know the future?
I do know
of
the future.
What score I'm going to give this game?
I do. 100% know the future because you can't stop talking about it.
Okay.
Like you're still talking about it.
All right. So before we get into we go deep into the review. Okay. Let's just talk about this game. You know what? Let's start to do the review because I'm going to talk very glowingly about it afterwards. So I'll go into the review of some things and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Yeah. What I think is going to happen in the gaming industry. So anyway, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. All right. Where to start? So this game, I'll start with the story. All right. The story is wild. Like, the story is crazy from beginning to end.
It is.
With it getting crazier as you play the damn game and figuring out stuff as you play it and realizing what's going on. And what you think, if you're in the middle of the game and you think that if you have an idea of what's going to happen, you don't.
You do not. That's
you
true.
Do not. Okay. So anyway, the game starts out with you as playing as Gustav. Basically, he's at part of Expedition 33, and he has
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, it looks like Robert Pattinson. So anyway, you start the story with Gustav. You go and you're in Lumiere. That's a city. Right? In this world, the basically the entire world has been fractured right at the very beginning, and that's why they go on these expeditions. And I'll get into why they go on expeditions here shortly. But anyway, you start as Gustav, and you have you have your companions you meet up with. First one is Mel. She's a 16-year-old girl. You don't know much about her right now. You just know that Gustav, thinks very highly of her. But anyway, so you start with Lumiere, and you're going through basically the port of Lumiere, meeting people and kind of trying to piece together like what's going on, because nothing's been explained to you yet. And
it's also French. It's in France. It's supposed to be France.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like this. It takes place in like France. Like that's what it was supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To it, okay, because you got like a tower that's reminiscent of the Eiffel Tower in the background, right? But it's warped.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's made by a French developer. Oh, can I continue?
Fuck, you may proceed.
Worthless. Ruining the review.
All right, I'm shut up. I'll shut up.
All right. So anyway, you're going through the port of Lumiere, which is this fractured city where the story starts out
France.
With what? I fucking hate you. Oh my God. Shut the fuck up so I can get through this. All right. So anyway, you're walking through the port of Lumiere, and you start meeting all these people in the town, and you're basically getting ready to depart on your expedition. They have a big like celebration for this, and also they talk about the 𝐃𝐽. All right, the 𝐃𝐽 is just a celebration. I'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, you go through the port town and meet a bunch of people, and you're looking at all these people with like flowers around their necks, like these necklaces made of flowers. You're kind of like wondering what the hell that is. And you're with your girlfriend, basically. Well, your ex-girlfriend, but they still love each other. You're walking through the streets with her. And then you get to the actual port near the water, and you notice in the background the 34 at the monolith in the background where the paintress is. You'll see this huge body just stand up and remove 34 from the monolith and then change it to 33. And then it cuts to like people start disappearing, like pretty much what is it? The Infinity
Thanos.
War. Yeah, like Thanos. They start just disappearing, turning into flower petals. It's weird. And then you notice the people that are vanishing have the flower necklace on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you notice that Gustav's ex-girlfriend, his love interest at the beginning of the game, also has that fucking flower on. And you're like, holy fuck. And then that's when everything registers. You're like, oh shit, she's gone. She's about to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, she disappears. And then you find out what the story's about. Like anyone at the age of like Expedition 00, right? That was the first expedition. Mm-hmm. And then you notice that it continues to tick down because people are, when they witness the 𝐃𝐽, they're that age. So if it's Expedition 34, anyone 34 is dead. And anyone that was 35 already died the past year.
Yeah, correct.
Or last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going on 33, and that's kind of like why it's called Expedition 33, right? Because you're going out, and the goal of the expeditions is to stop the paintress. All right, that's your goal you have in your head in the story, right? You're there to go with your other expedition members to the continent to stop the paintress. That's the whole goal of the beginning of the story. All right. Anyway, so I don't want to get too in depth with the story, really, because there's a lot of things that I don't want to kind of spoil later on. But anyway, there's one thing though. All right, so you end up going on your expedition and hitting the beach, and then you meet this older guy that comes in here and just fucking wipes out with all his little monster minions and just completely wipes out your party. Kills just about everyone. And then the story continues of you exploring the island and finding out what happened to the last expeditions, which is basically throughout the game you find out for like different expedition numbers. You can pick up records throughout the game and find out like what that expedition's like I guess expertise was and how they died. And that's a cool part of the game because you get to see the scene where you pick up the record and you can see how they died. Like it's right in front of you on screen. And let me tell you, there's some crazy shit, like especially at that beginning when they're in the cave and the blood and Gustav tries to kill himself at the very beginning because he can't take that Mel. He thinks Mel's dead.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Wasn't that he thought that was her next to him, right?
He thought she was dead.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Or, something at least very bad happened to her.
Yeah.
But he thought he lost everyone. Like everyone in the expedition was gone. He was only one for a while until Lune showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And kind of snapped him back into like, hey, we got to continue. Like, she's very goal oriented as a character.
And fine.
She's all about rules, regulations. Hey, we got to keep going.
And hot.
But anyway, so the story continues like that. And again, these are spoilers, folks. Okay, if you haven't played the game and don't want stuff to be ruined, I'm not going to ruin the last half of the game. But if you haven't played up to a point, just stop listening. If you got to leave, you got to leave. But I don't want to spoil it for you, because a lot of this stuff is like, if you don't know about it, it's the emotional impact of playing the game. You know what I mean? Yep. Like when you witness it and it happens throughout the entire damn game. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, so Gustav, you see a lot of people posting pictures on the internet, right? Of Gustav they think he's the main character. I mean, you can tell when someone doesn't play the game because they kind of put Gustav up and saying main character, or, they talk about it like he's the main
character energy.
Yeah, and the people that have played a game is like, oh no, Gustav is actually a side character.
Yeah.
Okay. A side character. He's not a main character at all. Lune's a main character. Mel's a main character, and your other party members are main characters, but Gustav is not. All right. So later on, there's an emotional scene of Gustav trying to protect Mel, and he gets straight up killed. All right, by Renault. Right, Renor, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And you don't know who Renor is still. Like, there's so much that happens in the story, dude, that to piece it together, I don't want to explain who Mel is. I don't want to explain like who these people are, because it's a significant portion of the story. So I'm not going to spoil that. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, so you meet Verso in that scene. He comes and to save Mel, which you don't know their relationship yet, but he comes, approaches Renor, and basically like holds him back. And Verso, to me, is an upgraded character. Gustav was cool, but Verso is a fucking G. Like that dude's a great character, perfect character for the story, and he's great throughout the entire story. Dude.
Would you say he's a top 5 RPG character?
I mean, Ben Starr, the guy who voiced him, just hit him. I mean, there's a perfect mix. Like, Ben Starr's legit one of the best voice actors in there.
Dude, he's on a roll, man.
Yeah, he's one of the best voice actors, I think, in gaming right now.
Yeah, it's like me and Ben Starr. And
he did Clive, he did 𝐬𝐿 in the first Berserker. He's done a lot of good ones.
Yeah, we're all good voice actors.
No, you're not. Anyway. But anyway, so like the story just like, it hits you constantly. The fights hits you. I mean, like, you witnessed the duality fight, right?
Oh, that
the dual blade.
My lord, that was a great fight. Yes.
Oh, well, let me.
I was like, you have to fight him again? I was like, what?
Yeah, but let me pull up a video real quick and just play that. I'm gonna play this in the background while we talk about it. All right, let me know when you see it.
Explain what you're talking to our listeners.
I'm not going to I'm gonna just have this on mute while we talk about the game.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the story continues. You're going, you're trying to piece all this shit together about the world. And then something happens later on that I'm not going to spoil, but it is fucking insane on how they turn that story, not only once, twice, 3 times, they get you towards the Act 2, right?
Is this your gameplay? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. Is this your gameplay or is this
no? It's not my gameplay.
Okay,
I'm just playing the PSN trailer right now.
Okay,
my gameplay will probably spoil some things, so I don't want.
I gotcha.
This is like the beginning with Gustav, so that's why I'm playing it. All right. But anyway, so the story, man, like, I can't remember a game that has told a story like this as good as it did in a very long time. With the twists and turns that they do. I mean, the writers, hats off to them.
Yeah.
Because some of the times you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And they want you to think like in your head, like, I don't know what's going on at some points, but then they explain it.
I think the last time I felt,
then it's like, holy shit,
I know I haven't got where you are, but I think the last time I felt something like this is when because you kind of find out during the final, in Final Fantasy VII that Cloud's not, it's Zack and not Cloud. You know what I mean? Like that whole, like, holy shit, he's not.
Yeah. But no, this is there's way more turns in this game than Final Fantasy VII. But anyway, so the story, I'm going to wrap it up there because I don't want to spoil anything else after that. But the story is elite. It is
those things.
Oh yeah, the mimes. But the story is you're going to go on a roller coaster, and I can't wait for the people that haven't played to play it. But it's going to be you're going to love every bit of it. Okay. All right. So let's move on to let's go to gameplay. Combat gameplay. All right. Dude. The gameplay for a turn-based RPG.
Oh yeah. You don't have to tell me.
It is all right, this game, when it comes to turn-based, it is the best turn-based game in existence.
It's good.
It is. They have mastered turn-based.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to other studios to evolve this type of turn-based, to make it even more special, or I'd say exciting, and I would say engaging, like they have this turn-based.
They mastered perfectly the turn-based, but also the free, being able to dodge and parry and shoot your gun.
It feels like an action game at the same time.
Correct.
And like to parry, if you parry like all these attacks they're doing, you'll do a counter.
That person parried like me.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You can dodge. Dodge is like you're a little bit more of a window, right? Parry is more exact.
Yeah. But
you get a counter out of parrying. You have jump parries, jump counters. You have gradient counters, of which I don't know you've seen those yet.
Oh yeah, I got those. Yeah,
gradient counters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're the special attack a monster does, and you'll do an even cooler looking counter.
Those are. It's weird. I can actually block those easier than like regular blocks.
Yeah, because as soon as it turns gray, is pretty much when you can press the button.
Yeah.
But then the combo system with the skills and the mass amount of. I mean, when you look at the skills that you can learn and put your points into. When you first look at that screen, you say, oh, well, that's not too many skills, but it is, because what happens with those skills, a lot of the pictos, which are like, think of them as like glyphs, right? Mm-hmm. They're like materia, pretty much.
Correct.
You put them on your character, and once you do like 3 or 4 battles, you learn it, and everyone else can use Luminos to learn those skills permanently, or just cool. You can select them how you want to by spending the points, your Luminos points from each character on these pictos that you learn permanently. And think of them like materia. You can mix and match, and like say you play Luna, she does a lot of burn damage, so does Mel. You want you can put like double burn. Like every time they do an attack that does burn damage, bam, it puts 2 stacks of burn on them. There's so many different options, and you can the idea is to create something like yourself when it comes to RPG mechanics. Create just a ridiculous I would say combo system. Dude, this is how fucking far I'm in. So when I beat the game just so we could do this review, but now I'm doing the 100% run.
Yeah.
All right, separately. So I'm only like 70% done with the game when I beat it.
Yeah.
I still got another, because when you beat the game, the whole fucking game opens up, dude.
Oh man.
Like you have the choice after Act 3 to go straight to the boss, the end game boss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or you can just explore the world and do all the extra side content, which is going to be like another 15 to 20 hours.
That's probably what I'd do.
You know what I mean? So you have that option. And I kind of like how they did in Act 3. So it's not drawn out. You have the choice. You want to finish the story, then go back and do the side stuff if you want, or you can do the side stuff and then finish the story. It's up to you. But I would suggest going to finish the side stuff, because the side stuff are stories. They're going to show you a lot of background on the characters. They're going to show you a lot of the story that you might are missing and can't piece together yet. Go do the side stuff. It's worth it. And it's not monotonous side stuff. It's legit fun and, a discovery. All the areas look different. Go do the side stuff, then beat the last boss. Do yourself a favor. That's my recommendation. But anyway, so yeah, you got the pictos and stuff like that. Basically like your materia system. You got the combos you can mix with your skills. You got skills that benefit other characters that other characters have. The RPG mechanics, if you're worried about that, guess what? They're some of the best RPG mechanics I've ever seen in RPG in a very long time. You got the RPG mechanics. Don't worry about that. You got a lot of RPG mechanics, because guess what? There's a shit ton of pictos you can collect.
It's true.
And if you find a Picto of let's say the same kind, it levels up that Picto that you currently have.
I didn't know
All
that.
right. So if you have a double burn Picto, if you find another one in the world somewhere later on, it levels that up. Okay.
Interesting.
And that's how you level up your Pictos. And it kind of works the same with weapons when you're fighting certain types of monsters. Those weapons you might not level up. You might be focusing on one type of weapon using your stones you get to level those weapons up. Those will level up after actually fighting monsters. So if you end up wanting to change later, let's say you kill a monster and one of your swords like levels up to 20 and the sword you're currently using is like 15, then you probably might want to switch. But every weapon also comes with level like basically skills. So like level 1, 10, and 20. So when you level up your sword to 20, you open up all the special, I guess, abilities that come with that weapon. So I mean, there you have it. There's your RPG mechanics. RPG mechanics are heavy in this game. You got it. Okay, you can make some insane combos. I got Mel. Mel is a fucking beast, dude. I mean, really, all the characters are if you got them a certain way. But Mel, dude, I'm getting like almost billions, dude, of fucking damage, like one shotting. But I'm also level like 99. I'm really far into the game.
Oh no!
All right. I think the only thing I have left to do is fight a couple more special monsters. I'm done with it. All right. So gameplay. I mean, this is the best turn-based RPG that we currently have in any game. There is no turn-based RPG that is out that is better than it. It is the best turn-based RPG. Period. There's none better. You can say Chrono Trigger, but I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
When it comes to turn-based, the evolution turn-based, they have given us something that we have never seen.
Yeah.
Okay? It is the best turn-based RPG ever. Period. All right. So let's move on. So let's talk about replayability. Grant, this game is replayable. It's probably the most replayable RPG I've ever played. Because guess what? When you beat the game, there's New Game Plus. And you have access to all your characters at the beginning. Bless you.
Thank you.
But you have the New Game Plus is legit. Everything's harder. All right. You have the access to all your characters. You have access to a lot of things you've already done, a lot of items and everything like that. It is legit. All right. So New Game Plus is excellent. So if you're worried about, oh man, after this game ends, I'm not going to be able to play anything else for a while, play the New Game Plus. It's worth it. And it's fun. It's fun. So the replayability, excellent. For a turn-based RPG, dude, for replayability, for RPG period, replayability, dude, they got it.
Yeah.
All right. And not only that, they have DLCs coming out. They've already registered. They're saying, hey, you're going to have a DLC here. Maybe not soon, but you will have a DLC.
Interesting.
But the thing is, like, when it comes to like wanting a DLC with this, this is where I'm talking with all the extra side content. Like, it's a whole, I mean, again, when you get in Act 3, you're opening up the world. You'll be able to fly with 𝐬𝐿𝐵𝐾. All right. So you're opening up the entire world, and there's so much fucking side content, dude. There is so much side content you can do in this game. And let me tell you that the monsters get a lot harder in certain areas, but that's where figure out where you need to go first. What I would suggest for people that play this game and you get to Act 3, go to your camp, talk to your companions, and get their final side quest that leads you to markers on the map. Go do those markers. Dan, you about to sneeze again?
I held it in. I held it in good.
So go to those markers first. As soon as you get in Act 3, and you'll be able to get certain items that will help you progress through the harder content in the end game. Okay. So yeah, do those side missions first in Act 3. So that's just a recommendation. But you also get a Picto that increases your damage above 9,999. So you'll be able to not be capped anymore. All right. So that's the big thing. Making sure you get that Picto. You get that automatically after Act 2. So ensure you get that Picto equipped as soon as possible so you can be uncapped. And that's where you start doing the big damage, especially once you start getting higher level and leveling up those weapons. All right. So you got story, fucking masterpiece. gameplay, combat, RPG mechanics, masterpiece. Replayability, hell, I wouldn't even say that's a masterpiece. Guess what? This game is very replayable. All right, it's an RPG. You wouldn't think that a lot of times, but it is replayable, and it's actually fun. And the way they made sure all the areas look different, replaying it all over again, is fun. It'd be different if the game was like, I would say, you see the same shit over and over again. You know, like a lot of areas. It's not like that. All right, it's not like that at all. So, graphics. I mean, you guys already see that. I mean, that's 10 out of 10. Graphics is but let's get to the soundtrack, Grant.
Oh God, this is my favorite part of the whole game.
Let's get to the soundtrack, dude.
It's
the
11.
soundtrack,
11 out of 10.
The soundtrack is the best. This is the best soundtrack of every game.
Any game, period. Made. Yeah, of any game, period.
Ever fucking made.
Yeah.
It's the best soundtrack. I used to think like The Witcher was great. Final Fantasy VII, great. But no. This is the best soundtrack of any game.
I look forward to hearing.
By far.
Yeah, I look forward to like going to new areas just to hear the music and like the battles and because the music adds so much more emotion to everything that you do.
The music with the story scenes and some of the combat scenes, some of the fights. I mean, everything just so
the underground water world or whatever it is, that area.
Yeah.
Fantastic, man.
I mean, you got to fight duality, right? You know, when you fall down the cliff and fight that guy and you got to see a cool like final attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mid boss in this game. It's an average boss. Like there are some bosses later on that you're going to be like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and that's some of these boss fights are just so epic. Like everything about them is so epic. Even the male side quest boss. I'm not going to spoil it, but that boss is just a cool fight too. You know, just they just mastered this.
Yeah.
I mean, just this whole score entirely in this game. And I played every RPG, every major RPG since Nintendo.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll get to my final review in a minute, but that's all I got to say on that. But so your characters, your story, your gameplay, the music, everything in this game is just insane. And I can't remember the last time I actually felt like this after beating a game and talk about a game like this. Maybe, you know, Final Fantasy VII, the OG, maybe, you know, the excitement after playing it and like you want more. Like I was kind of sad beating the game, even though I can do all my side stuff, right? I still got 30% of the game left, but I was sad beating the game. And because, you know, the kind of story was over and the game's done, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be kind of how you feel when you beat this game. But it delivers you emotion and all that stuff too. So it's a fantastic game. All right, so let me quit sharing this. Anything else I want to talk about on this game? I'm going to give my score and then we're going to go in through a few things about the game. All right.
Can
so
I
Grant,
guess? I already know what it is.
You already know it. So anyway, this is the best RPG I think
ever made. Yeah, I agree. I was like, I got to see it. Damn, excuse me. I got to see it, and I've seen it.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you can consider The Witcher RPG too, right? But I mean, Witcher had a great story, but nothing delivered like this.
The Witcher didn't mess with your emotions the way this game does. Like this is
a different emotion.
Yeah.
You know, but this one was just legit.
This was like a story. This is like
it's a fucking fantasy, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a fantasy
pure
story
fucking
book.
fantasy. And once you figure out once you get later on in the story, you're gonna know what I'm talking about here.
Okay.
Because the story is not what you think. I want to tell you right now. All right, it's fucking crazy, dude. And they get you. They get you a few times. All right. But anyway, so let's let me stop sharing that and get to my score. All right, so everything we talk about again, this is the greatest RPG ever made. And it is going to be game of the year.
Yeah.
It's going to be game of the year. And it's going to rack up game awards.
And Ben Starr getting
pretty much everything.
He's going to get more. He'll get more.
He'll probably get that too. But he's got, I mean, don't get me wrong. The other voice talent in that game is excellent. All right. Voice Dog was excellent in that game.
Let me ask you a question.
33 fucking people. I mean, yes, I know they outsourced some of it. Okay, I get it. But still, this is
let me ask you a question.
33 people made this.
Do you think that the Gustav stuff was part of the story, or is it kind of like, all right, we can't afford Charlie Cox anymore. We gotta fucking like his price point is out of our range. We only can get him for 3 hours.
I don't know. Like in development, they were going with Gustav as the main character. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like development, they were pushing like, okay, Gustav's gonna be a main character or one of our main male leads, I guess you can say. Mm-hmm. And then like Verso was like something at the beginning they had to change because they couldn't. I don't know. It just seems like that way, right?
Because here's the thing: is like Charlie Cox is big star now, especially now.
Oh yeah,
it's probably one of those things. Like when he did it, he was probably like,
it took 5 years to make, so maybe they got him when his Daredevil.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But like Daredevil was at the peak. It's not like it was. It wasn't like it didn't end shitty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? They probably like, man, it's gonna cost me $4 million, and they were like, what's 3 hours get me?
Yeah. Anyway, if you guys haven't guessed already what the score is for this, I mean, obviously it's a 10.
Oh yeah.
All right. It is perfect. It is a perfect RPG. It is a perfect game.
Just like me. 10.
And people that don't like turn-based RPGs, shit. Stream Boo. Stream Boo. Man, you guys messed up my score. You messed up my review, Stream Boo.
They did. And they changed their name to Filmsy Turnkey 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿.
Yeah, anyway, so let's block this guy. All right. So anyway, perfect 10. Expedition 33. That's an easy call. Hell, it was a perfect 10 after the first couple hours of gameplay.
Let me just say this. If you call yourself in any shape or form a gamer, you have to play this game. Like this game you have to, if you even dabble in video games, you have to play this game.
I mean, and if you're an RPG enthusiast and you're telling me this game's it's okay,
you don't know RPG. You don't know games.
Just go. Keep on going, buddy. That means you haven't played it.
Yeah.
You haven't played it. And so let's call out some people when it comes
to the crazy thing about how you know it's perfect is usually you have that you can usually find some bad things to say about games, but I don't think that you can find anything bad to say about this game. Like I don't think like you would have.
I mean, as soon as we're done with this podcast, I'm going to go finish all the side content.
I mean, you would literally have to like dig so deep, like, oh, I don't like the way the shadows look here. Like.
I was planning on playing Diablo's new season, but now I'm probably going to finish the side con and go to New Game Plus now.
Diablo will be there for. It's not like you
play for like 3 months left in the season, so I'm not really worried about it. Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't played this game, you haven't played a turn-based RPG, just still play it. You're gonna like it. It's an emotional roller coaster, but the gameplay is there too. Keeps you excited, keeps it fresh. RPG mechanics makes it awesome. This game is a masterpiece. Go play it.
Yeah.
All right, Grant. That's it. Anything else you want to? Anything else you want to?
No, I'm just saying. Like you have. I just think if you have any whatever you do in your life, if you call yourself a gamer in any shape or form, a hardcore gamer, a not so hardcore gamer, doesn't matter. You have to play this game.
Listen,
before you die.
This game. You have to. Paul Tassi from Forbes.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes.
Well, he did an article when he hasn't started playing the game yet, and he was talking about the user reviews. Oh yeah, they're just hyping all those user reviews up. We saw this before in the reverse when it came to Dragon Age when they, fucking review bombed it. Well, guess what? There's also, doing good reviews too. A good review bomb. I'm just like,
what?
But he says, yeah, I don't believe it. In his article.
That's because
and now he's been playing it, and now you see him tweeting a lot.
Yeah,
this is the kind of game this is. A lot of people doubt it. And now he's tweeting a lot, say, "Oh, holy shit! this might be game of the year. Right off the bat.
It is.
Yeah, but like, so you have people like that. When they don't play it, they can talk shit. But once you play it, guess what? You want to be hooked.
It locks you in, yeah.
All right. Grant. Ready for that DGR?
Let's do it.
All right. Let me pull up this image. Grant. Disgruntled Gamer Rants for this episode. Is Xbox marking up prices?
What are you thinking? First of all, it's like they're trying to get involved in this whole tariff thing. Like, oh, look at the tariffs are affecting us. Sir, you're an American company. Shut up. Let's get something straight. All right. You already have bad sales already. It's kind of like if I had if I was like, let's just say you're Burger King and McDonald's going at it. And then over here you got Ward's, right? That's a Mississippi, for people who don't know, that's a Mississippi burger town. So McDonald's and Burger King raise their prices, and for no reason at all, Ward's is like, hey guys, I'm going to raise my prices too. Like, nobody asked you to because nobody cares.
All right. So I'm going to share this real quick. We're going to go over their markup that they announced publicly on everything, social media, and just big time, just announced to make sure
because everybody's rushing out to get an Xbox One. Like the lines are just out the door still.
All right. Let me save this in our folder and pull this up. All right. So this is my deal. I get it. Tariffs can affect chip sales and some other parts and then gaming systems, and of course affects their accessories when they're in production. Okay, I get that. You need to get the parts in order to make the item. All right. But Grant, have you ever been to a Walmart and not seen a fucking Xbox Series X on the fucking shelf?
I've seen them not only on the shelf, but I guarantee you they're in the back as well.
Grant. All right, this is my gripe. They made such a big political show just talking about, we're sorry, guys, but here are our new prices. Like they never, ever marked up an accessory without telling fucking people or announcing about it. You know, like they never done that. I know many accessories that they've marked up before, going from either new systems or even new controllers and all that stuff. They mark them up. I get it that they want to announce to the world that it's all because of tariffs. We're just marking up stuff. All right. What a lot of people don't realize is that they have warehouses of fucking Xbox Series X already made. Yeah. They have them in storage. They have them on the shelves right fucking now.
Like there's no shortage of Xboxes.
Console by $100. You've already made the product. Why are you going to mark? I mean, and you have abysmal fucking console sales. So why mark it up another $100? Are you just telling the world don't buy our shit?
So this is what I don't understand is, so they're raising their games to $80. So what happens if the same game that is on PlayStation 5 is not $80? Which one are they going to buy?
I'm not paying $430 for a fucking Xbox Series S.
No, shit. No.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
It's what, a 4-year-old console now?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? It's pretty fucking old, right?
20. Yeah, because I remember they came out during COVID. Yeah. Around that time.
And then $600, another $100 markup for your Xbox Series X, which is your most powerful console. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
So you're telling me you're marking up your consoles that are currently they're on the shelves.
Yeah.
You're not making the console, then putting the product out on the fucking shelves.
Correct.
You have a fucking... You have the item on the shelf.
That's right.
To sell, and you're not selling it already. So you're marking up your fucking consoles by 100. And you're not going to sell. You're dumb.
Yeah.
But you announce it so emotionally.
Yeah. Like it's not their fault. It is your fault. It's 100% your fault.
It's just how they announce it. Like it's a big deal. Yes. It's the tariffs and we're marking up everything. Trump. Yeah.
But the problem is nobody even asks. I don't know anybody who asks about Xbox.
now no one's going to buy your shit. Like, just like, what are you doing?
This is how you kill your own company. Like you shot yourself you didn't shoot yourself in the foot. You shot yourself in the stomach. That's what I'm saying. Like if these games are $80 but the one for PlayStation is $60, what you go to buy?
Yeah, let's see.
Also,
are they in low supply right now? It's so hard.
You know what's crazy? Hold on, let's talk
X.
about. I want to say this real quick. I just want to say this real quick, and I know this is somewhat to do with this, but not really. Clair Obscur costs $50. The best game ever made, and it was $50.
Ridiculous. Oh, look, you have Xbox Series X every fucking where. You can buy it everywhere. It's not in low demand. Or, excuse me, it's not in low supply. Let's see. Let's check Walmart.
I'm going to check. Here's the thing is, I want to check.
What? You can still buy it on fucking Walmart. So what is he doing?
I'm going to see what they're selling for on eBay. Because I remember I'm going to see if they started marking them up.
So you can get on Amazon. Can you get it at Target? Let's look at Target.
Let's look at the Galaxy Blacks. How much is the Galaxy Black selling for?
Xbox Series X. Let's look at it. Next, I'm going to check GameSpot. Yep, you can buy Xbox Series X console at Target. It's not out of stock. Now let's check GameSpot. GameStop. Let's see here. Can you buy it at GameStop? Yes, you can. They're in stock. So
hey, did you know that you can buy a used Series X terabyte for $345?
So I get you want to make a fucking emotional political statement on these tariffs, but what you're doing here is you're basically telling people, well, you didn't buy my console before. Now you're definitely never going to think about buying my console. So how are you going to increase your sales? You're not going to increase your sales. I mean, it's just so fucking dumb.
Well, not only that, like
you ought to be selling it for less, honestly.
That's incredible.
You already having issues selling the fucking console. So why make it harder on yourselves?
They're selling. You can get the digital one for $335 on eBay in box. What an
idiot. Is that the Xbox Series S?
X.
Okay. So you marked up your prices for stuff that's already in stock. I could get if you're sold out of everything and you have to start producing more items.
Yeah.
Buying those products from China.
Like if it's like the Christmas rush. You know how it is.
Not there's not a shortage of the stuff.
And nobody's even asking about it.
But you make this announcement and you pretend like you haven't marked up your prices before. You've done it plenty of times, not before the tariffs. So what are we talking about here? It's like we haven't gone through a 4-year shitty fucking economy. Like we're pretending like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. I'll be anxious. I would like to see end of the year numbers. I want it. Well, what was it? Q3. What's quarters coming up? Q3 numbers is what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
So.
Microsoft. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, that's the disgruntled gamer rant.
Okay. Yep, that was a disgruntled. It's top 10. Top 10 time. All right, guys. Our top 10 for today on our podcast.
We're going based off, we're doing a little bit of Last of Us Season 2.
Yeah, we're going to go away from games for our top 10 for this top 10. Or this episode. Top 10 TV shows that started strong but ended terribly.
And we will get that word salad better for the SEO.
Maybe. All right, Grant. It's your turn to go first.
Is it my turn to go first?
What?
What? What'd I say?
I don't know what the hell you said.
All right. My number 10, that 70s show. That show was great, right? But when Eric's character went off to college or whatever, left the show, it just went downhill because then they started focusing on Kelso and like Kelso was always like, that's Ashton Kutcher. his character and what the other guy, Danny Masterson or whatever, he's in prison now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like they were just perfect side characters, you know. But when they try to make them main characters and stuff like that, it just wasn't. This wasn't the same. Like you can tell, like even though like Topher Grace wasn't like a big actor, you know, he hadn't done like ton of stuff, you know. He made that show, like, you know what I mean? Like Eric Foreman was, you know, because he was always like the clean cut guy, and they always try to rope him into doing drugs and, you know, and you know, shit like that. So it made it funny. But when he left, it was kind of like it was just like the missing piece, you know what I mean? Like it was just weird.
Yeah.
The last couple seasons were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a show I could rewatch at least the first few seasons again.
Mm-hmm.
It was that good. All right. My number 10, Grant, might be a little controversial.
Okay.
But House of Cards.
Okay.
House of Cards. So, you know, Kevin Spacey's removal for the final season, he got it. You know, he had all those sex crimes against him, but he later was found not guilty.
Yeah.
Last year. Regardless how you think about him. Kevin Spacey's removal from that show for the final season, the show was dead.
Yeah.
Like it was just lackluster. It was just, he was the key for that show. And you could tell for the last season. Yeah. But regardless of what you think about him, he did a fantastic job in that show.
Yeah.
And as before you found out about all his sexcapades or whatever they are.
Yep.
All right.
And my number 9 was House of Cards.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great.
So go to number 8. Go to number 8.
Well, I got to do 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I keep getting that. You went first. I mean, I went first. Just shut up and go.
Don't skip me. All right. So this is a good one. Number 9 is 2.5 Men.
Yes.
You remember that? Dude,
yep.
Charlie Sheen was fucking hilarious,
good.
Dude.
He was good.
So good.
Him and so you know, I don't care about Jonathan Cryer's political. I don't give a shit about all that. I'm talking about because I'm the type of person who can separate character from person. Like I just am. Like like somebody could be a shitty person in real life but have a great character. Like that's just, you know, I can do that. Yeah. So him and Charlie Sheen had way better character than him and Ashton Kutcher. Yeah. Ashton Kutcher's whole like thing was just like, oh, I'm a billionaire tech guy, whatever, and I bought the house or whatever, and you could still live here or some stupid shit or whatever. Like it just didn't have the same.
Yeah,
because Charlie Sheen's whole thing was
you knew who Charlie Sheen was.
Well, yeah, but his whole thing in the show was
be anybody else.
His whole thing was I'm a womanizer. All I do is hook up with women and stuff like that. Like that was his thing. Yeah. And they try to do that with Ashton Kutcher, but with like, oh, but I'm a little bit more respectful. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more respectful. And it just didn't have the same as it.
Yeah, his exit and then the bad writing for the last few seasons just lost interest. Yeah. All right, Grant, go ahead.
Number 8. True Blood. Remember True Blood?
Yeah, great show for a while.
Great show. And the finale was doo-doo.
It was garbage.
Yeah.
What's up with HBO, bro? Like
I don't know, man. I got some more HBO in here.
Yeah, me too. Something about their final seasons of things, they just can't get it together.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my number 8 is That 70s Show. So we can continue. Yeah.
All right. Let me move on up here.
Number 7.
Number 7. Heroes, man.
Yeah,
I liked Heroes.
Dude. I loved Heroes.
It was great. And then it got really weird. Like, you know, the later seasons were like just really convoluted and like just
season 1 was perfect.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Perfect show. It was like, holy shit. We got our new Lost, right?
And then it just kind of declined.
But it declined after the first season.
Yep.
Like it was over and done. And they wrapped it up pretty quickly.
Yep.
My number 7, Grant, is the Roseanne show. ABC the reboot.
Yep.
So that you take the main reason everybody watches the show is Roseanne and her, I guess, personality with her family members, especially John Goodman, right?
Yeah.
That's why the original back in the day was so popular.
Yep.
But you remove her and then you make the Connors.
Yeah, because the reason why the show was so popular. the reason why that show was so popular was because it was very relatable to the common family. That's kind of basically how the common family was. Of course, people who don't know, she got in quote unquote trouble for saying political
She's a comedian.
Yeah. And so what did they do? They didn't like it. And here's the thing. Is none of the cast members had a problem with it. Like Laurie Metcalf.
I mean, her for years.
Yeah.
Everybody
John Goodman.
knows
Nobody was up in arms about it, except the producers were up in arms about it. So what did they do? They made her have a drug addiction overdose and die.
When this show came back, it was Trump's first term, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone lost their shit.
Yeah.
Everything was political. You said anything positive about Trump.
So that's how they killed. But that's how they killed her off. Was like in a drug addiction way. Like she was a pain pill addict or some shit. Like is this what? Like come on.
So yeah, Roseanne was a big one for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What number are we on?
6.
6.
Yeah, 6.
6. All right. So this is one of my favorite shows of all time. Yeah, I love this show. It's How I Met Your Mother. I love this show, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Barney Stinson. Say what you want about Neil Patrick Harris. Barney Stinson is my favorite. I go for Stinson. I love Barney Stinson. I love
Harris too. I think he's funny, dude.
Dude, his character is so great, dude. That character is the best character. It's my favorite character. I love it. But what happened was it was very good up until the rushed last couple seasons. They started rushing relationships, and it was supposed to be how he met his mother. Well, he met his mother at the wedding or whatever like that. But at the end, they rushed, like the mother quote unquote died, and like Ted Mosby has always been in love with Robin. Like that was like the whole, like from episode 1, that was his thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And they could never work it out. They tried and it didn't ever work or whatever. But anyway, he meets the mother or whatever. They have kids or whatever, and she ends up dying of cancer or whatever. And he still ends up with Robin. Like, so I mean, it was like they didn't have to have Robin could have been the mother. Like, what was the point of that? You know what I mean? Like, what was the whole? I guess they were trying to do it like the whole long lost love thing, but it just everybody wanted him with Robin because that's who they always clicked with or whatever.
Okay, so my number 6, Grant, was Heroes.
Okay,
and my number 5 was True Blood. So you do your number 5 and 4.
Okay. Number 5 is, let me find it. Where's my list? Number 5 is The Sopranos. The Sopranos was one of the greatest shows of all time. It's one of the greatest shows of all time.
Yep.
That last episode, man, is like they wanted it to be symbolism or whatever. I know everybody's probably saying like, "Oh, well, Tony got killed." Well, maybe, but it's just how they had it. Like, it'd have been different if they had like, I don't know, some closure of like, because this is the one that just went dark. Like he's talking, he's like, "Hey, forget about it," and it just goes black. And so people want to interpret like he got killed, he got assassinated or whatever. It's just so weird. Like I hate when people do that. Like they take masterpieces and this is the shit that they have. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what I hate the most.
That's a good take though. I didn't think it was The Sopranos. I just thought it was excellent all the way through. Really.
No, it was good. I just didn't like, man, that the way they ended that last season, man. I don't know, man. The next one is Dexter.
Dexter, okay.
Yeah. It was really good, man. But the ending, it had this like weird lumberjack ending.
The original Dexter.
Yeah.
The ending was just shit.
Yeah. Like remember, like
there's like bad.
Yeah, like this had this whole lumberjack guy or whatever. Like it was just terrible, man.
Yeah. My number 4 is The Walking Dead.
Yep. That's my number 4 as well.
Number 4, Walking Dead.
Yep.
So listen, man, like, don't get me wrong. I like Negan for like a little while, but I didn't like that they they tried to hold on to him.
Yeah.
And turn him into
a good guy, like a
kind of like a good guy now, pretty much what he is,
yeah.
Especially in the new stuff. I don't like that turn. Like they should have killed him and be done with it. But like some of the characters got kind of overplayed. I mean, I like. Don't get me wrong. I like all the characters up to the time, but eventually you just got character fatigue.
Yeah.
And they just kind of prolonged a lot of the stories and some really stupid bad guys they added even after Negan.
My favorite character was Rosita because she's Latina and she's hot, and I love Latinas.
Yeah, she was awesome. Daryl was always my favorite.
Daryl was
character.
Cool.
Yeah, Daryl was always one of my favorites.
Here's the thing. So it started out with everybody being a sympathetic character. You know what I mean? Like you kind of felt sorry for. Like, remember Herschel, old man, one leg, saved him from being infected, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the plot just got this. Like I liked the whole governor, like the governor ish, like that thing, the whole thing, whatever. It's where he met Michonne and all that or whatever. But it just kind of got. The plot was the same. They find a new place. It gets overran. They have to find a new place. It gets overran. They have to find a new place.
To certain like bad guy characters.
Yeah.
Negan.
I think it went south when they killed Glenn, and because they didn't just kill Glenn. They killed like 5 main characters, like right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was that guy with the red hair, mustache?
Yeah.
I liked his character for a while.
Yeah.
They killed him.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really messed up towards the end there. And I watched the new Daryl Dixon, which it's okay. A new spinoff of that. Fear of the Walking Dead was pretty good. At least
that was good.
The first few seasons were really good. And
who was I'll tell you who I did like, and I don't even know what happened to him. I don't know if he died or if he kept being in like 17 different episodes. The black dude with the stick. He ended up. Remember his son got killed at the beginning, and then he came back. Later,
he was in Fear of the Walking Dead.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I can't remember what was his name.
I can't remember. But he ended up dying in the main show because Fear of the Walking Dead is before, right?
Yeah. I'm
pretty sure he died in the main show or he left or something. I can't remember.
I mean, they start killing off everybody. Carl got killed. All of them.
Yeah, Carl. I didn't really like Carl.
Yeah, he was annoying. I was just like, all right, cool. Yes.
Yeah. Thank God. About damn time.
I know.
I like Rick's character, but again, that got overplayed for a while. Like his personality shifts going from redemption back to being a fucking shitty person, back to redemption. It just got kind of played out. All right, yeah, that's my number 4. Go ahead, Grant.
Number 3. It's Lost.
Yeah. All right, so hold on.
Go ahead.
My number 3 is How You Met Your Mother, and my number 2 is Lost.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Lost was
we'll talk about it.
Lost was great because you didn't know what the island was. Everyone had their, purgatory and all that stuff, or other things.
The not knowing was what made it cool.
The not knowing yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then, like, it got just, I don't know.
But I don't know.
Really
it's like, but it's kind of like,
weird.
but then the like, it started getting to the end. You still didn't know a lot of stuff. Like, you still didn't get to figure out all the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you could tell. I think that was their last few years of Lost. They were kind of like, I think that's one of the many writing strikes happened. I think when the writers went on strike. I think that was part of that time because I remember a lot of shows getting ruined because of that. But yeah, Lost was so good for so long, and then it just lost its magic.
Yeah.
Too many like unanswered questions still today.
Morgan, that was his name. Morgan, the black guy with the stick.
Yeah, Morgan. Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, Morgan.
All right. So number 2, these two are neck and neck. I think one has a little bit of advantage over the other, but you're going to agree with me when I tell you this. Number 2 is The Office.
Yeah.
Number 2 is The Office. Hands down. Hands down. When Michael Scott left, so did the show. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Dwight's a great guy. I mean, his character was fantastic, but he was like that whole part where they kept
all the characters' interactions revolving around what's his name? Steve Carell. Steve Carell's character. Like,
I hated that.
Funny because of their interactions with him.
they kept bringing in, like when they brought in Robert California and they brought in Will Ferrell's character, and his was funny, but it wasn't the same. Like he didn't have, none of those guys had the comedic timing for that character. You know what I mean?
Like the awkwardness.
Yeah.
Of his
like
character.
Like the Benihana Christmas is probably one of my favorite episodes where he's like,
God, dude.
They bring the two girls back from Benihana to the Christmas
I love
party.
when he's trying to talk about that racist episode when he's trying to give his spill. He ends up just saying a bunch of racist shit throughout the entire episode.
No, Prison Mike, where he puts on he's like the Dementors. They're outside the prison.
That's such a great show,
dude. After he left, so that show was bad. And because they try to replace him with that chick, the dark, like the British chick, and she just I hated her character. Yeah, it was bad, man. And it just wasn't as funny. Like Dwight's character was good, and they try to turn him into like a, you know what I mean? Like they try to make him the main character. You could tell. Yeah. But his interactions with Jim was what made it the best, and they try to make him like friendly. You know what I mean? Like good friends to each other. And I get at the end when he gets married or whatever, you know, they're friends. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I hated that they did that.
Yeah, Lost was good into the third or fourth season, Prepared Artist said. Yep.
What was your number 2?
My number 2 was...
Oh, you said it was
Lost. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. All right, then. Number 1 is probably your number 1 too. It is Game of Thrones. Fucking Game of Thrones. Now, here's the thing is, Game of Thrones
makes me mad
great
talking about it.
Season 7, the most hype season. And I'm gonna tell you where it went. I'm gonna tell you exactly where it went south. So for 4 seasons, they hyped up the Night King. I'm talking about like, oh boy, this motherfucker is bad. I'm talking about every time they showed him, every time they showed scenes over the wall, and he had an army, right? You remember he had an army, right? All right. So what happens? What happens in the Winterfell? Like Daenerys shows up, and boy, she's now, you know, the queen or whatever, quote unquote, the queen, and she's got an army. She's got all the fucking, what are those guys? Dragon, everything, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now the tightest thing. Yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. She has hundreds of thousands of them, and she's got the ones that she freed the slaves, and all these other people, and she's got Grey Worm. And I'm talking about she's just fucking stacked, right?
Yeah.
Well, what happens? That scene. Now I'll tell you what. The tightest scene I've ever seen, right, is when the Dothraki take their hands and they light up their swords, right? I'm talking about. Yeah, man, it was fuck. You're like, oh fuck, it's about to go down, right? All right. So you're excited. The music's hyped up. Or first of all, this episode's dark as shit. Like you cannot see anything. I'll never forget.
Over it.
Yes, like you couldn't see nothing. So the Dothraki charge in, right, with their swords, and they're immediately killed. Like that, they like they were thrown to the side like it was nothing. And I was like, oh my God, they did not hype this up like this and just have them go out like that, right?
Yeah.
So in one episode, so for 4 seasons they hyped up the Night King. And in one episode, the girl kills him. Like, no, sir. Like, there should have That's right there was when I knew this season was in very big trouble.
Man, that's not even where they fucked up. I mean, I agree with you there, but like the hype of Jon Snow, being a Targaryen, you finally figure out he's, you know, and you know he's something that was promised, right? You know, the fucking prophecy
that was promised or whatever it was.
And the hype of him, I was like, holy shit, is he going to get his own dragon? You know, what kind of like how that, you know, there's going to be a final showdown between him and the Night King. I mean, that was what everyone was looking for, right? Like that was
exactly. I think
everyone thought it was going to be Jon Snow
versus the Night King,
prince that was promised versus the Night King because of how Dance of, what is not the Dance of Dragon? What's the prophecy that's I forget what they call it.
I can't remember.
The Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
So you're thinking the ice is Jon Snow, right? Or, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or the vice versa, you know, he's the flame, the Night King's the ice, whatever you want to, however you want to like talk about that.
And all he did was throw old girl the dagger. Like, And then she like karate kicked it into or some shit. Like, it was just it was so bad, man. It was so bad. Like that you waited 4 seasons for
so much. It killed seasons upon seasons.
You waited 4 seasons for this battle, and this is what you get, and it killed it in one episode.
And then making
Bran the worst character. Like, you should have just made Hodor the king.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Jon Snow going off into where he likes to be, okay, with his wolf ghost, cool. But I was thinking, come on.
And then you killed Daenerys for what? For what?
Jon Snow killed fucking Daenerys.
Exactly, for what? That's what I'm saying. Like, what was the purpose of it? Just because she wanted to be queen? She had all rights to be the queen.
She didn't technically murder an entire fucking city.
Well, who cares? Fucking, she's hot. Sometimes,
but like,
when you're hot, you get away with things.
The reason why you have a fucking King's Landing, even if it was torn to shit, is because Jon Snow killed fucking Daenerys.
Yeah.
So he made this step. And they were like, no, we're going to make this kid that...
We're going to make this crippled kid over here that nobody even
fucking
sees.
Worthless. His future, like, he could see the future and he knew what was going to happen, but he was like fucking worthless.
Yeah, he's in his wheelchair. He looks like, what's his name? The physicist guy?
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, his eyes roll back in the head. He turns into Stephen Hawking. But I'm saying that's what they made him do. I was just like, man,
I hate it.
I hated that, man. I hated Bran. Like, they should have just made him like just a sympathetic character, but they try to make him all mysterious because he can see the future.
Tyrion still, I mean, they ended his fucking, like, he becomes what?
Hand of the king or some shit.
Well, again,
or whatever. I don't know. At this point, I don't even remember.
God, that was fucking horrible. Hopefully, House of Dragons, like, I mean, it's going to be a wild ending because I know what happens because I know what the Dance of Dragons, like, all the shit, what happens to everyone, but hopefully they don't fuck it up. And
then don't you remember they had like Starbucks cups everywhere in the show? Like, like, it was just so fucking, God, man. That's the epitome of taking a great show. Here's the thing is, The Office I understand because one of your best characters left the show.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that.
But they had everyone.
Yeah. This had everybody still.
They didn't nobody left. Any characters.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
They should have just brought back was it Sean Bean's character? Just back from the dead.
Man, that dude got killed a lot back
then. Every time he's in a movie, you know he's either going to jail or he's getting killed.
Sean Bean. All right. So that was the top 10.
Top 10.
That was our top 10.
All right.
Top 10 TV shows that started strong but ended terribly.
Terribly.
Game of Thrones #1.
All right. It's time for that main event. Ed, we've had.
You ready for this, Grant? You ready for this random game roulette?
We've had some really high highs and some really low lows.
Don't expect anything else.
And right now,
go ahead and expect a horrible game.
Right now, we are in a lull of games. Does it just prove that there's more shitty games than there are good games? Is that what that means?
I think so. All right, everybody.
Bring it on.
This is our last segment of the podcast where this is called the random game roulette. This is where we ask AI to give us a random game from
just
history.
Go ahead. What you should just ask is say, hey, give us a shitty game because that's what you're going to give us anyway.
To give us a random game, and we either know about it or we learn about it in some video game history.
All right. We should start taking bets. Like, we should actually have payouts on this. Like, people put in money and whoever picks, you know what I mean? We'll figure it out.
All right. I'm going to ask AI to give us a game from any era or any console.
I'm saying shitty game.
Shitty game? Well, I didn't type that in.
No, I know. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. They know it. And the streak continues. Go ahead and give it to me. Just go ahead and just pull it. Nope. I can see your look. The look in your face tells me everything I need to know. It's the look of disappointment. You're probably trying. I could tell it must be really bad because you're trying to take the words and make sense of them.
All right, Grant.
Let me mentally prepare myself.
Let me find this game first.
Oh God, is that bad? Is this like tell me this, is this like a obscure game? Or is this like
I've never heard of it or played it. So,
so it's probably from Japan.
Heard of it.
What system?
Jaguar.
Oh my God. So yes, it's terrible because every game was terrible on the Jaguar.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let me save this image.
We need to have this on our Disgruntled Gamer Rant. We're going to do that. We're going to have to do that.
Boy,
people who try to butt in during the Sega,
ready for this game.
The Sega Nintendo Wars, systems who try to butt in and get a piece of the pie. That's what we need to talk about.
All right, about to share it now. Grant, this game for the random game roulette the AI chose for us is the Attack of the Mutant Penguins on the Jaguar.
It's on the Jaguar, so it's shitty. We already know that.
All right, so you ready for some facts?
So the thing about, I will say this, the thing about Jaguar is they had no licensings to do anything. So they couldn't put out Madden games, so they had to strictly create games.
And that shit wasn't 64-bit. Don't tell me that shit was 64-bit.
No, shit,
it was not 64-bit.
No, hell no.
Okay, random facts about the Attack of the Mutant Penguins, which was released on 1995 on the Atari Jaguar and PC. General mashup. It's a bizarre blend of tower defense, action, and puzzle gameplay with time management mechanics. Long before the combo was popular.
Oh shit!
First of its kind.
Oh wow!
Revolutionary. Revolutionary. Developed by Sunrise Games, a relatively unknown UK-based developer that faded into obscurity after this release.
I'm sure. I'm not surprised.
So Sunrise Games no longer with us. The mutant penguins are actually aliens, Grant.
Oh. The
penguins, quote unquote, are actually aliens disguised as penguins trying to destroy Earth. Because of course they are.
Oh yeah. And they always come from some planet that's named after them, like
you play as intergalactic heroes. You control either Bernie or Fred.
Oh, nice.
Intergalactic heroes armed with bats and gadgets, trying to stop the penguin threat.
I thought you were about to say bats and gats.
Gremlins is currency. You collect creatures called gremlins to weigh down the doomsday device and prevent it from detonating, essentially using living weight as a security mechanism.
Nice.
The Penguin Detector. This game includes a built-in penguin detector to help you identify which penguins are aliens in disguise.
Boy, if you could take living weight and solve the world's problems, everybody in Mississippi would be Nobel Peace Prize winners.
Comedic vibes. The game's full of surreal British humor, strange cutscenes. Oh God, British humor back in the 90s. God.
This is like Benny. What's his name?
Yeah, and nonsensical enemy designs. Minimal soundtrack is eerily quiet at times, which adds to the bizarre atmosphere. Most of the sound comes from the wacky effects and character grunts. Box art misleads. The box art is surprisingly tame and gives no hint of how absolutely weird the game actually is.
No, you don't say.
And the last fact, Grant, one of Jaguar's most unique titles.
Oh.
Despite being largely forgotten, is often remembered as one of the weirdest, most creative games in the Atari Jaguar library.
The most famous thing on this cover is the Atari logo. Other than that, it's terrible.
All right. So Attack of the Mutant Penguins. You ready for that gameplay, Grant?
Now's a better time than never, I guess. What does it say? No time than never? Whatever. I don't know what I don't know. It's trying to be.
Okay. Here we go. You ready? Let me share my screen. And for our listeners, we're sorry. We apologize in advance. Can you see that?
Yep. Oh, God. The Jaguar logo is terrible.
Let's play it. Do that again? What is it?
All right, it sucks. It's already terrible.
Let's see that start screen. If it loads.
Look at that logo.
They're out of business. Sunrise Games.
Their kid drew that logo. Is it only on one side of your? Is it only on one side of your headphones?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's because I didn't. I didn't know who did I get to pick. Was that
Canyon
Bernie
Chaos.
or Kenny? Was that Kenny or Bernie or whatever? It looked like Hubert.
Let's see how this goes. Yeah, that's not 64-bit.
No, not at all.
Oh god, let's fast forward.
Where's the music?
Remember, they said no music most of the time.
So I don't understand what you're doing. You're just killing the penguins. That's it.
Yeah, you have a penguin detector.
Oh, what's that thing poking out of his stomach? It's like a hernia. Oh, you got the clue stick.
Catapults.
Damn. It's like a nuclear warhead.
Penguin control. All right.
This music's so fucking terrible. Like, it doesn't even... When they do have music, it doesn't match.
God, this is horrible.
I have a feeling like when they made this game and then they were finished with it, they all popped champagne in celebration. I hate this game so much.
Right. It's garbage.
It's terrible. AI hates us. Matter of fact, that's going to be the title for this video. Why does AI hate us so much?
Man. You know what?
But we did get a Jaguar game.
We got a Jaguar game.
We got some Jag, Ed. We got to play some Jag.
Jag. Oh, shit. All right, go ahead. End it.
All right, guys. Before I end it, what do you think's worse? The Jaguar or the TurboGrafx? Might be a topic for another day. We'll save that. Put a pin in it. We'll talk about that. We might do like a versus. We might do a versus of terrible systems.
TurboGrafx, you know what I mean? Versus Jaguar.
Yeah, we're gonna compare them. Even though they're both bad, we're gonna compare them. Because we always talk about a lot about good stuff.
What
we need to start.
Games did they have?
I don't think they had. I can't. So the TurboGrafx, I think, had Darkwing Duck. So that was like a Disney. You know, like I don't know. But we'll do that. We might save that. We might do that for.
Jaguar did have Super Burnout. That was okay. But I think that was also on another system, if I remember correctly. Because they did bring Alien versus Predator and Wolfenstein 3D, Doom. But I mean, those are all on PC too, right?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to go into some in-depth research. Like we'll like break down the specs because you're claiming 64 bits way like 2 or 3 years before 64 actually came out, before the Nintendo 64. So we might have to do a comparison, a breakdown of terrible systems. We might start doing a versus battle.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do that, Grant.
Me versus you.
The fucking podcast.
Me versus you. Oh, you trying to go fucking play? Shut up. Shut up.
Clair Obscur.
Shut your face. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Go hit that like and subscribe button. Go follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Don't miss the man. Don't miss the man.
Damn, get it, Grant. Get it. Get it.
But yeah, go follow us on all that stuff. If there's a social media, we're on it. We're even on Blue Cry.
Kind of.
Well, we made it for SEO purposes, not for.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever posted on there.
No.
All right, guys. Well, we will end it. You got anything you want to add? Anything you got to say?
No, just go check out we're on Facebook. Make sure you go like our Facebook page. And we're on, make sure you check out our playlist. We break up all the videos on our YouTube into segments. And we also do a lot of reaction videos that aren't part of the podcast. You can go check out.
We're going to be doing more.
Doing more. Yep, doing more.
Yeah.
Doing more.
All right, guys. We will see y'all next week. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.
Peace.